what's going on, guys? How you doing? This is Kaiser Soze. Gonna do a quick video here, just going over some of the trades today. There were some good ones, pretty clear. So what I do is I pull up a chart and try and identify these for yourself before you watch this video. You know, take a look at ES, crude, dollar yen, and pound dollar. Those are the ones I'm gonna go over. So ES anyway. This is a 15-minute chart, okay? And this is not showing the Globex session. So let me just point out the open here. So we had the open right here, okay? See, we opened above support. We rallied up a bit. We had a first supply level right here. If you don't know why this is a supply level, go look at, go watch some of the other videos I did. It explains it there. But we had this our first supply level here. You see, we came up at 96.75. We pierced like three ticks into it. Then we fell over 10 points. Yeah, it was about 11 points actually. This was a good trade. I didn't get the whole move down, but I got a good chunk of it. And this was my biggest trade for the day today on the E-mini. I didn't really catch any of this bounce up or this bounce up here, but I did get this move down. So this was again a very clear trade, very easy. Your risk was low. I mean, you know, your stop was, there should have been, you know, 1.5 at most. There's really no reason to have anything over 1.5 stop for a trade like this. And again, I mean, your risk can say if you wanted to go to this support right here, which is a good first target, I think, at 1691. So say you get in at you know, 97. So you have at least a 6-point trade right there. So that's at least a, you know, 3-to-1 risk-reward ratio, and that's just for your first target. So this is a solid trade, and this is typical of these levels. I mean, you know, you got small stops, and you could set pretty big targets and just let your winners run. So that was ES. Okay, I'll take a look at crude next. Really good trades on crude today. So I'm going to start at the hourly chart. I think that's the clearest way to see it here. Alright, so we had our first supply level right here. Okay, at 103.22. See, we had a nice rally up into it. We came up into it nicely. And zone started right here. We breached it a bit. We got up to about 103.29. And then we dropped dropped almost 100 ticks, a little bit less. Okay, and then we came down to our demand right here. It's again a very clear-cut demand. You see, we have the consolidation zone right here, the nice spike out of it. We started the candle that gets engulfed in terms of drawing the zone, which is at 102.37, and we bounce off this to the tick. And again, you see this happen all the time when we come into these zones and we bounce off it, you know, just right on the dot, and we had a nice rally off that for almost $1 as well. So on these two trades alone, you had almost, you know, $2 worth of trades on crude today, you know, which is money. Both of these were very clear, and I mean pretty fucking profitable too. So good ones on crude today. Next one I wanted to look at was the dollar yen. I didn't trade this today. It's one I typically look at, but I didn't catch any of these moves. Still good examples though. So, which one did I see earlier? Okay. Give me a sec here. Alright, let me look at the hourly. It's a little bit clear. A 4-hour even. Alright, so this is the 4-hour of, again, dollar yen. So we had our first demand level right here. We had this huge engulfing candle. Okay. You see the candle that gets engulfed starts right here. And I mentioned this in another video about starting at the high of the candle that gets engulfed, for a demand or supply level. It will be the high, you know, in the case of a demand zone. So whether starting at the high of the candle or the open of the candle, okay, and that's really something that I don't have a clear answer for, okay, because I see reactions all the time off both of them. I see reactions all the time off the opens of the candle, and I see reactions all the time off the high of the candle, which you see right here. You see, we never made it to the open down here. So if you were only using that, you would have missed the trade. But you know, in addition to the high right here, you had additional support right here. You see on this candle close, and then you had back here as well. So that you know, could have been an indication that we were going to bounce off the high. But really, I mean, even just ignoring that in general, I always like to look at the high of the candle as well for a reaction. So typically what I'll do is, I'll pull up a tick chart or a 1 minute chart, and if I see us reacting off the high, then that's typically when I'll get in. But if not, if we just kind of, pierce through the high without a initial reaction or a little pop off it, then I'm going to wait till the open, okay, until I get long. But that's just something you got to kind of, test for yourself and devise a strategy with what you want to do with it. But me, I personally like to use both all the time, as in terms of reference points for when I want to get in. So that was a good trade today off the dollar yen, and you see we came up here. I had a nice move off it for about 70 pips, and then even on the down move, right? This is another clear thing on the down move that you could have taken. When we came up to the supply level, and you see for this one again, we reacted more off the open instead of the low, but we did react off the low right here. So it's just, again, you want to keep an eye on both the low and the open of these zones, is what I would recommend. And so again, that was a short trade if you wanted to take that off the supply level, and that went for about 70 pips as well, about 50 pips. But both good trades there. And the last one I wanted to look at was the pound dollar, GBP USD. It's actually one I just took, so I just wanted to show it really quick. And this again, just another textbook trades off the demand level right here. So we came down into it, bounced off the open right to the pip. Now we're currently reacting a bit to this supply level right here. Okay. Now above this we have this one that starts right here, and then above this we have this one up here, which you could draw, either right there or right there. So that's what I'm looking at for pound yen. I am still long this one though, so we'll see what happens with that. So those are some good examples for today. You have any questions, let me know. Good luck. Study this shit. And that's it. Have a good one.